How's life? So let me tell you straight away, this will be a bit of a special AMA because of the context. So I'm still in Miami following the Decipher event. I will soon board a flight back to Europe. So I did not have the time to prepare properly to answer all your questions. What I can do right now, at the same time, didn't want to skip our weekly appointment, so I didn't want to postpone this AMA. So what I can do right now is to give you an update, a review, and a summary of what happened in the last few days. These were very exciting days. And then in writing, there will be a post answering your questions in details. As you know, I don't like to give generic answers. I like to prepare well to answer questions, and I just couldn't find the time these days, as you can probably imagine. So let's first talk about the Decipher event, which took place in Miami, USA, Monday and Tuesday this week. This was a very important event for many reasons, I believe. First of all, it was the first major in-person event in our ecosystem following the onset of the pandemic. So it was a chance for me personally to meet face-to-face some of the key stakeholders and PlanetWatch supporters, people like Steve Kokinos, Algorand's CEO, and Sean Lee, Algorand's COO. It's people I've never met in person. They are supporting us very strongly since day one, yet we never met in person. So it was very important to meet, to strengthen links, to improve the level of exchanging ideas, which we can only do in face-to-face meetings, obviously. I also had a chance to meet in person some of our distinguished investors in the Planets Fund, which was announced recently. And again, it was a great experience, and we've been already brainstorming about future initiatives. So there is a lot coming up, and there is lots of support and excitement around PlanetWatch. So that's the context. It was a very hectic 2-day event. Lots of people, lots of announcements, lots of ideas. So honestly, I could not, it was not a normal week, so I could not prepare normally for our weekly meeting. So lots of events and lots of announcements, as I said. So let's review the announcements which were more directly linked to PlanetWatch. So the major, what I call major announcement number 2 for the month of November, which was promised in previous AMAs, was the fact that we gained top-level institutional support for a major large-scale deployment of outdoor air quality sensors in the city of Miami. Now, why is it important that Mayor Suarez, sorry for showing my face twice in this video, I know it's unbearable, but the important face here is Mayor Suarez's face, because he gave personal support endorsement to PlanetWatch as we plan a major deployment early next year. Now, why is this important? It's important because we have the capability to deploy anywhere thanks to our PlanetWatch's community, but it is crucial to engage institutional players and decision makers in order to enhance the impact of what we do and to open up avenues for data monetization and all that. But political endorsement, leaders' endorsement is really crucial. And Mayor Suarez was very explicit and supportive in endorsing our project. So I'm really thankful to him and to all the people who prepared and facilitated this event and this connection, in particular our Algorand and Borderless Capital friends. Now, this announcement also got some media attention, which is always very good, obviously. And we had CBS Miami covering the event. You can find links to a video in our tweets. So they covered the event. They talked about PlanetWatch. They interviewed me in person. And that was very good because every little helps, right, in terms of visibility and communication. So that was major announcement, the first major announcement made in Miami. There were lots of other interesting things taking place. In particular, yesterday I was participating in a roundtable discussion convened by Laura Shin, and together with Maria Maiati and Francisco Benedito from Climate Trade. And that was a very interesting discussion. And it was very good to see that the Algorand ecosystem as a whole is leading ESG discussions, so environment, social, and governance discussions. These are very important topics, and we are joining forces across the ecosystem to make an impact across these topics. And in particular, there was a second announcement released yesterday, which is about to be tweeted, I suppose, together with Francisco Benedito, the CEO of Climate Trade, that you can see here on the right-hand side. We have made an agreement so that, climate, let me say in a few words what Climate Trade does. So Climate Trade is a blockchain company which offers businesses the possibility to buy carbon credits. Carbon credits are a way to offset carbon emissions, which means essentially funding sustainable projects, climate change mitigating projects with resources. And in this way, you can indirectly reduce your own carbon footprint as a company. So what is the agreement about? The agreement says that it would be possible to use planets, so the planets that you are earning every day, to buy carbon credits by a streamlined process. Now, why is this interesting and who could be most interested? I believe this could be extremely interesting in particular to our corporate customers, such as hotels, because not only by monitoring indoor air quality, they will be able to protect their customers' health and the public health as a whole, but they will also, via the tokens generated by the sensors, buy carbon credits, so they'll be able eventually to say that they are protecting people and they are reducing their carbon footprint. So it's a double play, it's a double incentive for them, and I think it's very good. Of course, even people like you and me may decide to use part of their planets to offset their own carbon footprint as a person. That is a nice way to use planets. It is similar to some extent to what we are going to propose by the Stake for the Planet initiatives, where you can stake planets and help us plant trees. This is somewhat more direct because you are directly using your planets to offset your carbon footprint. So in one case you will be staking, in another case you will be, say, spending your planets. But it's the same philosophy, using planets to deliver some benefit to the environment and show in a very concrete way your commitment. Now let me go back for a second to the Miami deployment. I'd like to stress once again an important point, which to me is somewhat obvious, but I think it's worth stressing. This deployment, as well as any other deployment in the world, will follow the rules spelled out in our white paper. So on one hand, we have a very flexible scheme because the sensors involved in the Miami deployment, some of them could be owned by local residents directly. Others might be bought and deployed by local businesses. Others might be bought by local government, perhaps. We have not spelled out the details yet, because PlanetWatch is a very flexible framework, but with clear rules. So as long as we all comply with the rules spelled out in the white paper, there are many ways to make things happen. And I think that's one of our points of strength. So there will be probably many stakeholders involved, but all will comply with the basic rules. That's how it works. Okay. Talking about the white paper, as previously announced, there will be soon the first governance vote in the PlanetWatch ecosystem. It will be soon announced. We are finalizing the explanations of what we are going to propose and why and how you can make your voice heard. I don't really have the time now to go into the details. Sorry, but this would be another important milestone for our ecosystem. So once again, this week was very, very exciting, very, very useful. There are lots of good news. So I believe the announcement we disclosed in the last few days, namely the political support in Miami, as well as the partnership with Climate Trade, they're both very important. The mayor's endorsement in Miami is a huge milestone for us. It's an institutional endorsement in a large city in the United States. So I must say I'm quite happy, I'm quite satisfied about how things are unfolding. There are more good things coming up, and you know that when I say this, there is something real behind, there are facts. There might be another interesting announcement as of next week, okay? Everything is proceeding very well. At the same time, we are not just pleasing ourselves with all the good things I told you about. This is not about self-satisfaction. We know that it's good to make cool announcements, it's good to prepare the future, but we have to look after the present. And we have a number of challenges in our present, and you all know what I'm talking about. We have a global hardware supply challenge, and we are developing strategies to get more approved high-quality hardware available for PlanetWatchers. I think you will see the first effects of these strategies early next year. And again, there is something real. I'm not talking about empty words here. I'm not just talking here. We're doing things which will deliver benefits soon, I believe. As I said, I don't have the time to go through all your questions today in this video. We will do it via blog post, which will summarize what I just said, plus we'll answer your questions. Once again, your questions are all important. It's all about availability of hardware. It's about some issues that we are still having with data streams from Aware Element, and to a smaller extent also from Kythera, I believe. There's no hiding from this. We are talking to Aware, we are talking to Kythera. There are some technical challenges, and we will find a solution. We will find it quickly, and you will know about it very soon. Okay, so it's not perfect. We're working on it. We are getting things done at the political level, at the technical level, at the communication level. I wish we were even better than what we are, but that's about the best we can do now. We know we have to scale things up. We are doing it. Also, thanks to our investors. So everything is connected. And I really look forward to releasing more good news and to answering all your questions in detail as we should. Thank you. That was a bit quick and unusual, but schedules are very, very tight, which is a good sign, obviously. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for your support. Keep watching the planet, and let's keep it up.